Welcome to this lecture. So in the previous lecture we made this payload that was wrapped with the PDF file, but this doesn't look like a PDF file. So let's try to just change the icon and do some stuff so that this payload won't be more suspicious than before. So here we have this download.exe. Now I have already downloaded this PNG file over here. You can also find this, and after that we have to just convert now, that is change that payload, which was usually the .exe file that was created with the PyInstaller, into the file that would have the icon of the PDF. So let's do that. So first of all, if you work with the PyInstaller, this .png extension is not going to be work. So first of all, we have to convert this .png. So I'll just say PNG to ICO, which is the extension that is going to be used by our PyInstaller. So we have this link. So let's go to this link, which will be converting to the ICO format. So it is just getting us a browser, and basically I have that in this download, which is this icon, and I'll just upload it. And now we have here that is a cropped image, and you can see we can just convert this to the ICO and do everything. So I'll just say convert it and download my icon, and now it is giving us the information. So let me just press OK, and let's go to the download again and see that if that PNG was converted over here, which has ICO. Let me just rename this as file or maybe image. I'll just say image. Just press enter. Now we have this ICO image, which is going to be used while we just make our payload with this icon. So let's do that. So first of all, let's go to this file, which we have this download.py. So basically we want to convert this download.py into the exe file, which we normally do. And let me just remove this, and here I want to change the icon too. So to do that, we have this wine extension, or basically wine configuration, in order to work with that PyInstaller. And let's navigate to the directory of the PyInstaller. So it is inside this root.wine drive C. After that we have to navigate to Python 27, and inside that Python 27 we have that scripts folder. So inside that script we have the, let me just zoom in, and inside that script we have this PyInstaller application, and it is .exe. And now what you need to do is you have to add the icon. So in order to add the icon, before that we have to say that is it should be in the one file, and there should be no console while running this application. And after that you have to add this icon attribute to add the icon. So icon is inside this root, and it is on downloads, and make sure you spell that right, and the name is image.ico. And now we have to give the name. So the name of our Python file is downloads, not Python, it is download. And let's check this once. So yes, this is download.py is the extension. Let me just remove this spec file too. And here next thing what you want to add is the content of the PDF. So in the previous lecture we haven't added that content, so let's do that. So after you run that installer, which is PyInstaller, you have to add the data. So add data is basically to add that PDF file. So in my case it is in root, and I have this downloads inside these roots, and inside this download I have this, you can clearly see lesson2.pdf file. So I'll just say lesson2.pdf is the file. So this file will wrap now with the download.py with the icon that is this image.ico. So you can also grab these resources like a PDF resources icon with the ICO from the resource section. and run this command. So let me make this command bigger. So what we did was we just get this PyInstaller to add this data of the PDF in this loader or in this Python file with the icon, and icon was given with this location over here. So let me just hit enter now, and let's create our file. So let it give a time, and it should be making, and it is giving us an error saying that was not found, or basically this was outdated. So add data was outdated, we don't have that configuration over here. So one thing we did mistake over here was this add data should be inside this double quote. So I think this was the error. So let's try this once. So I think it should have this basically syntax. So let's check this once. So basically what we did is we just wrote inside this double quote, and we're just closing that it is inside this PDF. Let's run it once, and let's see if this works or not. So yes, it is working now. So let's go again to the directory where we have this var www and html, where we have this web server. So let's go to that location, and you could see we have successfully built now. So let's go to www.html. inside the file we have this dist, and this is your download.exe. let me just grab this, and I'll just paste it down here. And now what you need to do is go back to the window machine. Let's navigate there. So let's refresh this again, make sure your Apache server is running, and we have this download.exe again. Let me just grab this. Let's see if the antiviruses will capture again this file or not. So let's see. Let me just download everything. Let it give a time, and it is running security scan. Let's see if this can be captured by the virus. Okay, it is also capturing. But if I go to the downloads now, and it is scanning obviously, and if I just see the view downloads, it has already been deleted. But let me just remove my this Windows Defender and show you that now this window.exe has the icon that is of basically that is of the PDF file, and it has the content of a PDF. And we'll see in the next lecture. See you in the next one.